Caucus of the Niger Delta in the House of Representatives has called for resignation of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Farouk, over an alleged false report on the impact of flood in Bayelsa State. The members were infuriated at the minister's response to the plea from elder statesman Chief Edwin Clark, leader of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, imploring the federal government to act quickly by immediately providing relief materials to the victims of the flood in the Niger Delta state, especially in Bayelsa. They therefore urged the president in a media briefing to do the needful and ensure that the minister is sacked following false assumptions on the number of damaged houses, the number of farmlands destroyed and partially damaged, as well as the number of persons injured in Bayelsa State, which she puts at 81 as against the number of deaths, which stands at 91 so far.
What we see in politics, our style of politics, is politics of prebendalism. Okay, where state resources are, funneled to areas where they are less needed, and people who need them more are allowed to grow. It was in moments of, maybe unintended truth for her to have made that comment. It's not just divisive, it's offensive. We are offended, and the main reason why we're asking her to leave is so that we can find persons who bring into public office more edifying values than this woman.
Other members of the caucus say it is unfortunate that a state like Bayelsa that contributed immensely to the nation's economy is abandoned at its time of need.
Surprisingly, the federal government has set up a 90 days time frame committee. This committee was set up without state participation, only for this committee to discretionarily call on state participation. Why would you, in this kind of important issue, set up a committee, a national committee, without liaising with the states and bringing on board representatives of the state? Because all these locations that we are talking about belong to states. They fall into various states. And so for some of us, this is the beginning of the failure of that same committee that has just been inaugurated. And the only way to resolve this situation is building of dam. Because from the point the Cameroon Dam was established, Nigeria needed to build a 150% bigger dam to be able to curb the excesses. That has not been done till today.
Today, all the resources are aggregated under one umbrella, ecological funds, and they are disbursed by one man who may not have known where Kolokuma or Pokuma is, who may not have known where Ndoni that suffers this flooding is. All that we do is to sit down in Abuja and determine where it's flooded, determine where it's affected by erosion, and disburse our common wealth, which is derivable from the same environment that is affected. For the very first time, the major asset that yields dividends to Nigeria, the Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas Limited, declared a force majeure because the facilities that gathers gas for her and sends this gas for processing in Bonny were all submerged. It simply means that even the understanding of the economy and its sustainability in Nigeria has not been appreciated, because somebody has told us that what has happened does not affect the people. Oh, it's not among the first 10, but there was a force majeure declared on an asset that delivers dividends to Nigerians. What an irony.
The caucus have promised to employ alternative ways if the president fails to ensure the removal of the humanitarian minister. Annie T. Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.